Welcome to Ethan Hahn Plus, the podcast where dreams take center stage. On this show, we're all about spotlighting the incredible talents and passions of everyday people. Whether you're an aspiring artist, a person of faith, or simply someone with a story to tell, this podcast is your platform. So sit back, relax, and get ready to meet some extraordinary individuals. Because here at Ethan Hahn Plus, everyone has a chance to shine. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Ethan Hahn Plus, the podcast you come for love, fun, entertainment, everything here in Delaware. I'm here to provide it for you. I have the guest on that can bring you the juice, the tea, the talent, the passion, the motivation you need to get your day started. And specifically today, if you are an actor, performer, and entertainer, we have one of the best ones all the way down from Milford, Delaware, here in the studio with us today. I've done one show with this guest, I believe. I believe it's one show. And we kind of met through, some Kent County Theater Guild improv stuff. And, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome to the show, Colby Crawford. Ooh, look at that face.
Hello.
You got some Riz there, Colby. There was some Riz.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little Riz.
Are you feeling it?
What's that?
Are you feeling it?
I was feeling it. I was swooning a little bit. JC's not here, so it's okay. Yeah.
Good. Keep her away.
Yeah, we'll keep her away. But one thing I will say, someone who is here is Kay behind the scenes. No one can hear him or see him, but it's a very nice.
Am I suddenly no one now?
Yeah, you're nobody. You're nobody. Yeah. Okay, we're even the producer behind the scenes. But yeah, we're a heavily produced show now.
Oh yeah.
We're getting A+ guests. And we're getting #1 producers to put this show together. How exciting. And again, so Colby, this is your second time back. We had you kind of for the Halloween special, which JC and Kay were there for. But now again, this is your starring moment. We didn't really get to know you too much. But to get to know you a little bit, give us a little bio about yourself.
I'm not going to be mysterious anymore.
Yeah.
These people are going to know too much about me.
They want to know everything about you, your talent.
I am a Camden-based actor. I live in Camden, Delaware. I've done most of my shows at the Milford Theater, Second Street Players in Milford. And I've done that. I've been acting for I was 8 years old. I'm turning 20 this year. Almost 12 years.
Oh, for 12 years you've been acting. Wow. Yeah. So, okay, it's really interesting to know. So 8 years old, what kind of got you into that a little bit? Yeah. Was that a family thing? Was that a you thing?
My dad took me to see a show at the Milford Theater when I was 7. And we saw A Walk in the Woods, which is like just some weird rip-off version of A Night in the Woods. Maybe it's not a rip-off. It's Brothers Grimm. So it's like, maybe it's the original stuff. But It was interesting. It was called A Walk in the Woods. No. The first show he took me to was Nun Sensation. And boy, was that a show. Was it a good one? Who's to say?
No sensation?
Nun Sensation.
Nun sensation.
Yes, about nuns.
About nuns. I just saw a theater. I think a theater's doing that.
Yeah, they do nonsense a lot is the one we see. I think they're two different shows.
A lot of nonsense.
Yeah, a lot of nonsense.
A lot of nonsense.
Honestly,
but it's no sister act.
No, it's no sister act.
Nice. But so again, seeing those shows is what kind of sparked this looks cool.
After I saw A Walk in the Woods, we saw they were doing auditions for their next show, which was called The Ever After.
Okay.
It was a very interesting... It was children's theater, so it was... It was very interesting. I played a character called the Loudmouth.
Okay.
And that was my first ever real role in a show. Before that, I'd played Tiny Tim in Christmas Carol at my elementary school, but that was it. Mm-hmm. And then I went on to play the Loudmouth, which we ended up making me like the Wizard of Oz. It was weird. I was loudmouth, but they put me in a green jacket and a top hat.
Okay.
And I called the lead character Toots just because my dad was like, "That'll be funny," and I was like, "Okay, hey Toots."
Yeah.
And then the audience was like, "Whoa, this kid's great."
And did you use like your typical did you change your voice and everying like that too? Did that start at that age?
12 years ago. I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember? Yeah. But doing all that and then kind of got the passion from there. So and then you did stuff in high school?
Yes. So
what high school did you go to?
I went to Caesar Rodney High School.
Caesar Rodney. Okay.
And my freshman year, our fall play was Christmas Story.
Okay.
Which I had done Christmas Story years before at 2nd Street as I played young Ralphie.
Okay.
And then when I got to high school, I played Adult Ralph. So I was the narrator of the entire show. I was on stage the entire time except for like 2 pages in the middle of the show. So
Dang. Okay.
and I messed up some new lines every single night, but we got through it.
Okay.
And that's
nice.
all that matters.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that's good. And then from there, and then you kind of got into some community theater stuff too.
Yeah.
So what was like one of the first big community theater things that you kind of got into?
The first bit, I'll say the play at Second Street at least that I enjoyed the most was called Brighton Beach Memoirs, and it was a Neil Simon show. I got to play the older brother in that show. It was very interesting. It was the first show that I got to really like put emotion into a character.
Yeah.
Which is very fun because we love comedic characters, but it's real nice when you can actually show that you can do more than like comedy and stuff.
Right.
And
Be a
you
good
can
actor.
actually-
Really kind of like stretch your acting muscles a little bit.
Yeah. I got to be angry. I got to cry on stage. I got
Nice.
to do all the emotions.
Yeah. The show me and JC saw you where we fell in love with you was that Rewind show where things were rewinding a lot. It was at Second Street. That was the first time we saw you.
The Rewind. No, that was Kent County Theater Guild.
Well, yeah, Kent County Theater Guild. That's we saw you in that because JC wanted to see that show.
I forget what that show was called now.
Yeah, I forget. It was something Rewind. It was some sort of rewind show.
It was about like rewinds, but I have no clue what it was called.
Yeah.
But the whole premise of the show was it was this mainly a group of people for the most part that knew each other. I played a businessman that was working with his new hire at this business firm, but we would get further into the scenes, and as something would go wrong, we would rewind, and for like the first half of the show at least, we would rewind back to the beginning, and things would play out differently until another rewind and it would go back to the beginning, or it would go back just a few lines. And there was some really comedic moments.
And you did a good job with that because you had a cool voice in that too.
I got to play. Oh yeah, because it was.
You were like a detective, right? Or no?
No, we were. So the whole thing was in like some Cajun restaurant.
Yes.
So I gave myself what I perceived at the time to be a Louisiana accent.
Can you give a little bit right now?
What should I say?
Be like, so, dance, monkey, dance. Yeah. Or it's down by the
come on down to Louisiana where we have shrimp barbecue and other things like jambalaya. This is the voice I used. It's a bit rough around the edges, but it's mine.
Yeah, it was really good. I remember, and that was what sold us because I remember. I mean, everyone was talented on there, but you stuck out. Like I remember, I kept elbowing JC. I'm like, he's good, and I was like, we're gonna have to connect with him eventually. And look at that. Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah. But that was an interesting concept for a show. It was kind of like a what if for musicals.
Yeah.
It was like there's these different scenarios and stuff like that. And that was a pretty cool one to kind of be a part of.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Who's to say?
Yeah. Right.
It was definitely an interesting show. I had fun with it.
You, in your experience, I mean, of course, your dream is to be an actor.
Yeah.
Like, I'm curious, is it theater or movies you'd rather be a part? Is it theater or
I believe it's theater.
Theater?
Because I would love to be in movies.
Yeah.
But I really just feel far more at home on the stage.
Sure.
The few times that I've gone to see a Broadway show, like there's times when I've wanted to be a voice actor and I still do.
Yeah.
But times when I think about movies or film or just TV and voice acting, and then I go see a Broadway show, and I'm like, no, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
Just on the stage.
And isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's like that sense of belonging, and it's literally like where your passion is like held. Because again, one of the more recent shows you did was Chicago.
Yes.
You did fantastic in.
I just finished playing Amos Hart in Chicago.
Yeah.
And that probably has cemented itself as my favorite role that I've played.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Every night, the audience, I don't want to say I stole the show, but I stole the show.
Own it. Yes. Yeah.
Every night after the show, and even like one day after the show happened at my work, someone came up to me. They were like, "You were in Chicago," and I was like,
I love it. Yeah,
I was.
Yeah.
I've never been like actually recognized like that outside of of a theater before.
Yeah.
So it was very strange, especially at my place of work, where I'm just like, "Thank you, please give me your dog."
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I know. I was. This is my part-time gig over here. Yeah. You work at a doggy place.
I do. I work at a doggy daycare.
What do you do there? Because this is his day job opposed to acting. So I love this. Yeah. What's paying for the passion?
I make sure dogs don't kill each other.
Oh. Okay.
And that's 90% of the job.
Have you been bit yet?
Yes, I have. I haven't broken any skin, but I have been bit. A dog bit my foot one time.
Oh.
Because they had, I can't remember if it was after they ate lunch or when I was giving them lunch. But this dog was a bit more aggressive. So I heard that they had bitten someone before. So instead of putting my hand down to grab it, I put my foot in to drag the bowl out, and the dog said, "Ha!" and just and grabbed my foot.
Good impression, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the exact sound the dog made as well. Yeah.
You have auditioned for things in the past that are a little more out of Delaware.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, like, because you tried doing like some traveling ones, you tried audition for traveling ones, or you tried wasn't the Harry Potter one when you auditioned for?
It was when we did Play That Goes Wrong.
Yeah.
I went up to New York. I think it was last February.
Okay.
Is that when we did Play That Goes Wrong?
Yes, it was basically last year. It was like basically like a year ago.
I think it was last February. I went to New York to audition for Cursed Child on Broadway.
Yeah.
But as I am non-union,
right,
I was there. I was in the room, and then as it started, the producers came in and they told everyone, they said, "We don't think we're going to be able to have enough time to see any of the non-union actors." They had us all raise our hands to see which one of us were union and which one of us were non-union.
Yeah.
When they asked for union, maybe a quarter of the room raised their hand.
Yeah.
When they asked for non-union, everyone raised their hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did they send all of us home?
Yeah.
Like, surely some of us. I'd been here for so long.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And I stayed right outside New York the night before so I could be there early in the morning, because I think I was there since 5 a.m. And I know some people get there so much earlier, but I was relatively close to the front of the line. And there was a sign-in sheet, so if they would have gone in order, I probably would have gotten an audition.
It's nice to at least give you guys the chance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I guess that's good, but
yeah, they only
how long did you wait in line for?
I honestly didn't wait in line for too long before we actually got to go in the building. I think it was maybe an hour at most.
Okay.
Which felt very, like, I was in that line and then we started moving and I was like, oh, this is quick. I wasn't expecting, but they just brought us in the building because it was cold. I think.
Okay.
So
they're not monsters. Good
Yeah.
to know.
It was interesting. I wish I would have gotten to actually audition.
Right.
I
See
gave
the
them,
process.
I gave them my resume and headshot at the end, but
Yeah.
they probably just threw it away.
Well, that's a nice little nugget for people to take away. Is, I mean, of course, it was unfortunate circumstances, but to be able to know that as a non-union, you can go to those like Broadway level auditions.
You can always audition for a union show. If you are non-union, it's just highly likely you will not be seen.
Yeah.
Because they only have so many slots that they can fill for auditions. I believe it's around like 148. I could be wrong. I know it's a little over 100. And that's all in one day.
So I guess you just got to get lucky, and like if there's not that many union, then they'll be like, all right, we'll take a few.
But also, it's in New York, so there's
There's
plenty
always,
of union people there, and they live there, so they can just show up whenever they want, any day. But they do these auditions every single year. I saw, like, weeks ago, Cursed Child popped up again, and I looked at my dad. I was like, hey, you want to go to New York? He said, no.
Yeah. Because then he took you there, right?
Yeah.
He took you there? It was the two of you that just went?
Yep.
And you guys got a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Everything like that?
We stayed in a hotel, like, right outside in Jersey.
Yeah.
And
because I know your dad also does directing and acting too. He just got into that because you were into it, right?
Yeah. It started with I was just acting at 2nd Street, and he would sit at the rehearsals in the back of the audience, and he started directing or like being more involved with the theater, so the other parents didn't think he was creeping. On the
Right? Yeah,
just being
a weirdo.
He was just some strange old guy in the back watching kids.
Shout out to Guy Crawford, by
Guy
the way.
Crawford.
Yeah, he directed.
He's not gonna watch this, but
He's not. Oh, come on, Guy. I was gonna invite him on. Yeah, he can be the. He was. No, he was a director for Play That Goes Wrong, which was another good time. That was a fun show to do. Yeah, it was a fun time. But besides Harry Potter, what else? Because what's that? What was the touring one that you auditioned for? What was that process like?
I sent in. So most of it's just video auditions. You'll see a post, and they'll tell you to sing a song in a certain style. I auditioned for the Legally Blonde national tour because they were looking for a replacement for Emmett, and they gave us sides to read, and they wanted us to sing "Chip on Your Shoulder," which is Emmett's song in the musical. I learned that song, the bit of the song they wanted me to recorded sides and stuff, and I sent them all in. And I didn't notice until like a few days ago, but so they also asked for like your vaccination card, a picture of your vaccination card. And I sent them a picture of it, but I didn't realize until a few days ago that it had been expired for over a year. I looked at it, and the audition was, I think, last year is when I auditioned for it. And I believe the vaccination card very much said 21 on the thing, and I was like, whoopsie.
And did that throw things off?
Probably not. They probably just didn't look at it.
Right, yeah.
You can send in so many auditions, and even if they say they view all of them, they don't.
Yeah.
I also auditioned for the Come From Away national tour. I auditioned for Oz Fudge, who's the cop in Come From Away.
Okay.
Which they also had. It was the same process as Legally Blonde, where they had us learn a portion of a song and do sides. I thought I did quite well on that one, but also, again, no word after. So
gotcha. What would be? Forgive me if you mentioned already. What's your dream show? Like, what's a show you're like? I've peaked.
I believe right now,
and dream role in it. Yeah,
like my top dream role and show is Hunchback. And I want to play Quasimodo and Hunchback.
Quasimodo and Hunchback.
And at some point in my life, I want to be in Sunday in the Park with George to play George.
Oh,
that's
that'd be nice.
A good Sondheim musical. Yeah. But I am far too young to play George.
Right, yeah. I think the older you get, because you're already super talented at this age. I think I think some of the roles you're just constricted with the age you're at right now. Hopefully, when you get older, more windows will. Yeah. I think definitely open up for you there. So that'll be.
Who knows? I could be the next Sweeney Todd.
You could be the next.
Yeah, I mean, you see Aaron Tveit.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Did you watch? Have you watched Schmigadoon?
I have not. I know what it is, but I have not watched
JC
it yet.
Showed it to me recently. You would absolutely love it. We'll have to, because we have a group text of three of us. I think you should check it out. I'll have JC definitely in that group text, and because I think you would love I was like, oh, this is like a good show, and because Schmigadoon, it's basically just about a couple going to a town with the musical, but. And the second season's all about Chicago themes. Yeah. So I was like, oh, nice. So I think you could appreciate that for sure. I think it's
Dove Cameron and Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah. And I forget her name, but the girl from SNL too. And but Aaron Tveit's in it. Aaron Tveit, yeah. And I remember when I was watching Schmigadoon with JC, she was like, that's Aaron Tveit. I was like, yeah, and then he sang. And I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, okay.
I understand, I guess.
I get it. All right, his voice is pretty okay. So I got to learn some of those songs now to swoon her. She's also a Jeremy Jordan fan. What's your thoughts on Jeremy Jordan?
Aren't we all?
Yeah. You a Jeremy Jordan fan?
I'm a tenor in musical theater. I have to be a Jeremy Jordan fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing Great Gatsby, which is fun.
They've been. Yeah. I don't know if it's officially on Broadway. It might be in previews right now. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Jeremy Jordan and Eva Noblezada are doing Great Gatsby, which I would love to see that musical.
Yeah, that's something we got to do a Broadway trip. What have you seen on Broadway? Have you seen anything on Broadway before?
I saw Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Oh, nice.
Peep the Socks.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
But I saw Beetlejuice on Broadway. I saw Chicago on Broadway. Mm-hmm. I saw Mrs. Doubtfire and Come From Away.
Okay.
And I thoroughly enjoyed all those shows. When I saw Beetlejuice, the girl playing Lydia at the time, Presley Ryan, is the same age as me. Mm. So I saw her on stage, and I was like, I could be up there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not fair. Yeah. It should be me.
It's like, I would be killing that right now.
Yeah, I should be Lydia in Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Put me in the black dress.
Well, you would have killed it.
I would have. Yeah.
You would have been phenomenal. In
The
that,
whole
yeah.
being dead thing.
Yeah, yeah. One day, Broadway, we were on the corner. But I mean, you also have a film under your belt, SWAT Godfather. Everyone,
I do have that one. Yeah.
Hey, SWAT Godfather.
SWAT Godfather.
Have you ever
haven't watched it?
If you haven't watched it yet, yeah, come on. He was in SWAT. You played Why is it ricotta? You played ricotta
and then
cheese.
that first 4 minutes in the movie is just me speaking.
The only actor with 2 roles.
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. I remember you came up to me at the red carpet. You were like, "It's kind of cool that I have no name with 2 roles," which I didn't even think about until you see the credits and you're the only one with a dash, which was like, it's pretty cool. So we'll see if we do a Chez spinoff. You know, we'll start cooking. All right, Kay? We'll start cooking. See what we can think of there. But. So, yeah, we're kind of going through your history there. Another thing that you are really good at, sir, is voices. Yes.
I dabble.
You dabble.
I dabble a bit.
And I want the world to see Colby Crawford's voice talent today, all right? Now, you don't do impressions. We're not going to make you do impressions. All right. Yeah. No impressions, cuz we texted beforehand. I was like, "Let me just have him maybe do
I do quite a few, but it's also like quite a few that a lot of people wouldn't know."
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, you said from Overwatch, right?
Yeah, I do Junkrat from Overwatch. And
may we hear it?
If at first you don't succeed, blow it up again.
I love that. Yeah. Okay. I have no idea what the character sounds like.
He sounds
but
like that.
I would assume, yeah, it sounds exactly like that, and it's very cartoony, which is nice. Yeah. But the voices you're able to project, I think, are really good. And we're gonna test your skills here. I'm gonna let you choose a voice for a monologue I'm gonna pull up.
Oh boy.
All right. And you can pick whatever route you want to go here. This is the Taken monologue.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Ooh, okay. Goosebumps. Well done. There's also another voice I know you like to do. I know we weren't talking about impressions here, but Carl Weezer. You did it on the last podcast.
I did do it on the last one.
Could we get we can pick a different monologue. Could
You want to do Taken again with Carl Weezer?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Well done. Wow. Well done. Have you ever had did you ever you did stuff on TikTok? Have you ever been able to show your voice out, or do you ever do voiceover auditions or anything like that?
So for a while I was auditioning for a lot of voice acting stuff on Casting Call Club, which is just a website where people can put out their own projects looking for voice actors. You can find paid and unpaid auditions on there.
Yeah.
And the only one that I actually got, which I've told you about this before, I got the job of some narrator on a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Where I think the channel was called We Are the Celestials.
Yeah.
And I was reading anime what ifs.
Yeah.
And the one video that I recorded for them was a voiceover of My Hero Academia. But if it was in the, I think it was like if it's in the universe of, what is the game called?
What was the voice you did?
So I did any voice they put in the script. So I just did a bunch of impressions of the English dub voices from My Hero Academia.
And how because those can sound really, so English dubbing for anime basically.
Yeah.
So like, you know how like Demon Slayer can be like, Nezuko, what do you think? What are you doing? No.
Yeah,
So like animated like that.
You could definitely find it if you just looked up "We Are the Celestials" on YouTube. I don't.
Okay.
I'm trying.
We'll link it in the description down below.
So, dear God.
No, don't. Our producer's saying don't do that.
Yeah,
They've taken enough from him. They don't need.
Yeah,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
And I've already plugged their channel multiple times.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I did one video. I was supposed to get paid. I never got paid, so I just never recorded another thing for them again and ghosted them.
I remember now. Good call. Kay remembered more than me. Yeah, so I guess the show, just pick the right projects.
Yeah,
just got to pick the right projects.
Yeah, you gotta definitely pay attention, and just make sure you're picking stuff that one you're actually interested in.
Yeah.
And some people say take what you can get, which I understand to a degree, but don't stoop as low as My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Just find
It's a good show, but I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
It's hard finding. Again, it's hard.
People love the video though.
Yeah.
Like, there was a bunch of really positive comments in the video,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "When's part 2?" And I just never recorded it again.
Sure. Yeah. You'll make your own thing.
Yeah.
Again, me and Colby were kind of talking beforehand, and part of the goal, I think, with the foreseeable future is like kind of building credibility here in Delaware. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know if you want to bring it up, but I mean, you kind of have a mission you kind of want to pursue in the coming years.
I don't know how long it's going to take.
Sure.
It could be like a lifetime goal, but there's part of me that wants to open up my own theater company.
Mm.
And I've been thinking about it real hard for like 5 days now.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's a new dream, but it's a dream nonetheless.
Yeah.
Where I want to open up my own theater company to eventually make it easier for Delaware actors to be seen, like recognized and stuff, as well as make it easier for them to join the union. So if they would like to. So the goal is to open 3 total theaters under one company. A community theater, a union theater for professionals, and a mixed theater that is technically union, but like non-union people can audition.
Yeah.
And I believe the rules of equity right now are so long as you're in one show under equity jurisdiction, you are able to join equity.
Yeah.
Which it's really difficult because a lot of those shows require you to already be part of equity.
Mm.
So they're kind of gatekeeping equity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the goal is to make it easier for people to join equity. So it can like spotlight Delaware actors as well as help them like springboard off into bigger things. The only thing is I'm very young and am trying to figure out where to start that.
Yeah. You'll get there too.
Yeah.
And again, it's all in connections and just
Yeah.
like, I mean, everyone stay around people who are like-minded because, I mean, me, like I kind of have the same mission. It's almost interesting because like you're leaning more towards like for theater stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all actor focused. But for me, it's like helping people get into like films and stuff like that.
2 different unions, but the same
general
field.
idea and mission. And like we can definitely help each other out there because one mission that I'm going to kind of pushing forward is like creating more short films for my channel and using our projects to bring in other actors or people who want to be in films here. And like, hey, like, yeah, you don't need to have all the crazy credentials. You want to act, come on board here. Yeah. So not even just speaking for Delaware, but I feel like in like everywhere that's not, of course, the main places like New York or LA, there's so many people that want to be actors. Like community theater's an active thing for a reason.
Something that sucks about a lot of Delaware doesn't have many professional opportunities for acting and stuff.
Yeah.
But the theaters that do offer that, 90% of the time, they bring in actors from like New York and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, give the Delaware people a chance. You're based in Delaware.
100%. Because they know the theater world. There's people that want to do stuff like that. Yeah. I know a specific theater. I won't name drop it just in case, but I mean,
we're
probably thinking of the same one.
I also will not name drop them because I would still like to do.
Yeah, I would still like to do some of them too. Yeah. So, but it's unfortunate, because I remember at specific theater, or specific theaters in Delaware, you'll see that like, they're doing this show. But then I remember looking at the playbills and stuff. I mean, granted, I've been in the Delaware theater world for maybe like two years now, and I mean, I don't know everyone, but I'm looking at it with JC. I'm like, these people don't look like they're from Delaware.
Yeah,
like I know it sounds funny. Like these people are from out of town.
I believe I know the theater you're talking about, and there's only one person that I have seen on a lot of their playbills
that you recognize
that is a Delaware actor. But they've probably been doing shows there for a long time. So they are just like a favorite there. Yeah. And that's another thing that is really difficult, is like favoritism in theater.
It's all a game. It's hard to avoid. Yeah, I feel like too, because I think what's unfortunate, but
people love to cast their friends.
Yeah, like a lot of theaters are just comfortable.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing.
They don't. A lot of people don't want to take a risk on someone that they don't know fully. Yeah. So if there's an actor, like if you have two actors and they're both equally good for a certain role, but one better than the other, you're of course going to pick the one that you know. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it's such a hard thing for theaters to get rid of. Yeah. But I mean, other theaters can be pretty open to things, but of course the favoritism's still there. Yeah. So it's like it's a tough thing to kind of rub off.
90% of theater is connections.
It is. Well, acting in general. I think like a lot of things in acting and entertainment, it's all based through connections. Like we could audition for so many things every day. Yeah. But if you just know the director or something like that, like you just gotta be friends with people who are either on crew, on cast. Yeah. And then you can easily make your way in, or not easily, but like the chances are much higher than Joe Schmo, who actually is talented and is trying to, not to discredit the person who did get in easy with their talent, but it was just a lot more easier for them, which is unfortunate. So, and everyone should have like this equal say.
Some people just have higher chances because of their previous experience and the people that they know, and it's a game. Yeah. But it's one we have to play.
Yeah. Truly, and we're gonna change that. Yeah, we're gonna change that. You hear that, everyone? We're gonna change the flow here. He's gonna cover theater, and I'll cover the film world, and we'll see where we can go from there.
Work together.
Yeah, we'll work together.
Brothers in arms.
Brothers in arms. Yeah.
I'll take this minute to say, today's episode was sponsored by Honey. Honey can save you money, and it's like, if you don't know, why aren't you cutting me off? You're not sponsored by Honey.
Well, maybe we'll get some money though. Money from Honey.
Money from Honey.
Money from Honey.
Money from Honey. Honey.
If we just start sponsoring a bunch of things, well, they'll just give us money, right?
I think it may be a problem if we start name dropping different sponsors that don't actually sponsor.
You know what I love?
I think that's Nike. A legal issue.
I love Nike.
Who we're sponsored by.
Who we hope to be sponsored by. Just start naming. What's your favorite clothing brand? Oh wait, you like the thrift.
Yeah, my favorite clothing brand, Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Yeah.
Are these all thrifted, what you're wearing today? Corduroy pants.
Sadly, not all of them. The corduroy pants are from Walmart.
The good old Mart of Walls.
This is from a thrift store. I don't remember which one, but it is from a thrift store. This is from Sam's Club.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. Sam's Club. You have a membership there.
My father does.
Oh, your father does.
So sometimes.
I'm a Costco guy. Costco, where you can get $1.50 hot dogs.
Sam's Club, where you can get bad hot dogs.
I've always wanted to try the Sam's Club food. Nothing. Have you tried Costco food?
I've never been to a Costco.
Oh, we're gonna have to take you there. Get a membership because they have great food.
We could go right now.
Yeah. Let's take the podcast to Costco.
Yeah.
Is there an art to thrifting?
An art to thrifting.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good one. Yeah.
Well, don't be afraid to look in other sections, because I've bought so many women's clothes because they're just good. I wouldn't buy women's jeans because the pockets piss me off. But
it's like half. It goes halfway in, right?
Less than half. Because
I feel bad for
I have some
girls.
Pairs of pants where I can fit an entire shoe in my pocket. But if I got women's pants, I can't fit a paper clip in my pocket.
Right. Yeah.
Man, it's just like, I can't carry anything. I'll have to start carrying a purse.
Yeah. I guess a big part with thrifting and stuff is
there's nothing wrong with carrying a purse.
Nothing wrong with that. Do what you want to do, do what you want to do. It can be stylish.
Oh, it is stylish.
Oh, yeah, it is stylish. Yeah. I'd be a Coach guy.
Yeah.
I'd be a Coach.
These glasses are Coach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of sponsors today.
Yeah. We're sponsored by Coach.
We're sponsored by Coach. These are Coach. Wow. I think we should talk about your rings, though. Our producer is pointing it out here, which I love it. I love this.
I want to know about your accessories if you want to.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about your accessories.
These rings came from our good friend Jeff Bellin. which
Really?
I stole them from him when we went to the SWAT Godfather premiere, because I wanted rings to complete my outfit.
Oh.
And so I had the black nail polish and these rings. One of them is gone because it fell off my thumb during Chicago, and turns out it was a hematite ring, so it shattered.
Hematite ring.
Yeah,
What is
it's a very weak stone.
Okay.
It's supposed to, like, in spirituality, it's supposed to absorb negative bad juju. That's what I'll say, because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how to describe it. They say it absorbs bad energy.
Mm.
I won't discredit that, but it's also just a very weak stone, so it shatters very easily.
Sure.
Anything that ends in tight or
Yeah.
ite is just not a very strong stone. I had 2 hematite rings one time, and I clapped my hands together and they hit each other, and both of them shattered at the same time.
Did your hands get cut up?
No.
Okay.
Because luckily it's a very soft stone.
Yeah,
so they just kind of
What
fell
are
away.
what are these? Well, like, how do they make you feel? Like, does that make you feel powerful? Like, what? Just style?
They make me feel pretty.
Make you feel pretty?
Yeah.
What are those? Just metal?
Yeah, this one actually spins.
May I try one on?
Oh, you may.
I'm gonna.
Take your pick.
Yeah, let's take my pick. I'm gonna grab one from each hand.
That's the spinny ring.
Oh, a spinny ring.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. All right. So we're gonna.
Hopefully
sit back down here.
they fit your fingers.
Sorry for the audio listeners, but I'm putting on some good rings
Audio
here.
listeners, love you to death.
Oh, a spinny ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeff Bellin.
Thank you, Jeff Bellin. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna. Oh, ooh,
Yeah.
like brass knuckles. Yeah. You.
Welcome back to my ASMR podcast.
Oh, there you go.
Here we are with my 2 rings that I am just rubbing together at this current moment. I'm gonna now stare into the camera longingly for 10 seconds. I hope you enjoyed that.
There we go. This is sponsored by Rings.
Yeah, rings. The concept. This episode
concept.
is sponsored by the concept of rings.
Oh, I just proposed to you.
You did, and I accept.
I'm so sorry, JC.
Yeah.
I
sorry.
proposed to you. I proposed to you before proposing for JC. I got up and put the rings on his finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like it, you should have put a ring on it, which you did.
Mm,
You did put a ring on it.
I did two rings. I put 2 rings on you.
put 2
We
rings.
proposed twice.
You married me twice.
I married you twice.
Yes.
JC's gonna hate this when she watches this.
Yeah, you actually sped up the process of marrying. So you gave me 1 ring, which meant we were going to get married, but the second ring meant we were officially married.
We were officially married. We got engaged and married at the same time.
Yeah.
Love this.
Yep.
Wow.
You are my husband now. Anyway, back to my accessories. Hold on. There's still more. There's still more. This is a bear.
Oh.
It is a little bear necklace made out of tiger's eye that I got from a crystal shop near my house called Finding Avalon. Very lovely place. They have a cat that just roams around.
That's how you know.
Yeah. So you know they're real.
That's how you know. They're real. They're real people.
They're real. No, they're real witches.
Oh. Witchcraft.
This is a bear made out of tiger's eye, which I've heard multiple different things when people see this. Some of them are like, "Is that a Lego man?" And I go, "No, this is a bear." And this is a key that also came from Finding Avalon. They just have a whole bin full of old skeleton keys.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Can I have that on a necklace?" And they said, "Absolutely."
Love that. You're gonna add more to the collection.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm like a crow or a raven. You just give me shiny things, and I'll just keep piling
Yeah?
them on. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Well, love that. We'll have to do a vlog fit check thrift store content or something with you one day.
Yeah. You just take me to a thrift store and
Let's just record and let's just see what happens.
and just watch me explore.
Watch you explore. See
adventure.
what the art behind it is.
Watch me look through things, pick up 27 different things, and then say I don't have enough money for this, and put down all of them except one. Unless it's corduroy, then I'll pick up all of them and take them with me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's a mobile podcast.
Yeah.
We'll record the audio walking around.
Something I do every time I enter a thrift store is I always buy a jacket.
At
this
jackets, I
point-
feel like are the coolest thing to thrift.
Yeah, at this point, I did some research on all the jackets I have. And the total value I have of jackets, because I looked up the brands and the price of what the jackets would be or would have been at the time. My total value of jackets has gone to at least $1,000 in jackets. I was recently given a jacket from one of my friends. It is it's a trench coat, a nice trench coat from Oxford. It's a fitted, tailored trench coat. I think like camel fur or camel skin.
Oh, nice.
It's interesting.
Sorry, PETA.
Yeah. I think it's just the hair. I think it's just the hair, so it's like
Sure, yeah.
less bad. But anyway, it was given to me completely for free. That jacket is worth at least $500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Start a business.
Yeah.
resell and thrift. Yeah.
I'm not selling those.
Yeah,
I
no.
wear those jackets.
You should next time you're on, or again, we'll do a fit check with you and do different styles.
Yeah.
Bring all your thrift stuff over and we'll dress up.
You don't want that.
Yeah. Too much.
This room would be filled.
It'll be filled.
Yeah, there's not enough space in my room.
We'll have to go to your house and then scan out your closet.
I don't have a closet.
Oh, so it's just out and about.
Yep, it's just there. Don't enter my room.
Love that.
You wouldn't be able to make it in.
Yeah.
You'd go missing.
It's gonna be just like stuff with all the.
You would go missing.
Oh wow.
So if Ethan goes missing, he's in my room.
I went thrifting with
Yeah.
Colby.
He dived into the pile of clothes that sit in the corner of my room because I have no storage.
Getting dressed must be a task.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a task. Yeah.
It took me a bit to figure out what I was going to wear today.
He texted me. He was like,
I have no
I
idea.
know what I'm gonna wear. And then like back to back, you're like, no, I know what I'm gonna wear.
Yeah, I said.
Well, it was either this or you said sweatpants and a hoodie, right?
It was the other thing I was going to wear was, so I was going to wear the same pants that I wore for Amos in Act 2, like the gray dress pants and a brown sweater, a brown like cable knit sweater, and I was possibly going to wear the trench coat. But I would have died in my car on the way here because it was very hot.
Yeah. It's getting warm.
It is getting warm. That groundhog was right.
The groundhog was right. Spring's around the corner.
That raccoon.
I'm assuming with your style, do you like the winter and fall more to look more
The
stylish?
fall is my favorite.
Okay.
I hate the summer. Absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like shorts. You will catch me wearing no shorts in the summer. You might catch me wearing it a few times because I've been finding shorts I actually like, but for the most part, I wear long pants all year round.
What kind of short guy are you? Above knee, below knee?
Above knee. Don't ever say
Sure.
below knee.
It's too old school,
Don't
right?
ever
Going
say
below.
bologna unless it's on a sandwich. I don't.
Wow, good one.
Yeah,
Good one. Love that.
I thought about it for too long.
Below. That was good.
Yeah.
Always above knee. I
Always
think
above
that's the
knee.
key. You know, my dad was asking me not too long ago. I remember, I think he was like, last summer, he was like, it's uncool to have my shorts be long, huh? I was like, yeah, don't do that. Like,
Sorry, Ethan's dad.
yeah, you can, like, anything above now is like the look. Because he was worried. He's like, that's not like weird to have it short. I'm like, that's not a short at this point. Like, that's the standard now.
Yeah.
It's standard. Yeah. We're sponsored by shorts.
Yeah, the concept.
The concept.
The concept of shorts.
The concept of shorts.
I would like to be sponsored by corduroy, the fabric.
Yeah. Yeah. Big corduroy energy.
Big corduroy fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I find so much corduroy and I love it. Two things I love: corduroy and bears. The corduroy bear, a dream.
Fantastic. Yeah. Would you want to like dress me up one day?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I think that'd be great.
I love dressing other people.
Yeah. Cuz I'm a very simplistic guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. A lot of my style is white t-shirt and a jacket or something over it with black pants, and you're looking at it right now.
Yeah.
Yep, it's exactly what you're looking at.
Yeah. You're wearing it.
Yeah, I'm wearing it. JC's been trying. I've been trying to get into looser clothing when I go out.
Loose clothing.
So like loose flannels, cuffed jeans.
My freshman year of high school, I was very into tight clothes.
Yeah.
So I wore so many skinny jeans.
You were into tight clothes.
And whoever let me do that deserves the death penalty.
Is there any proof of this? Photo proof?
I'm
Or
sure
you burned
there
it all.
is. I'm sure there is.
Were you like a skater boy type energy? Like snapback tight jeans?
I never wore snapbacks.
Okay.
I stopped that in middle school.
Okay, yeah.
But I tried to be a skater boy at one point, and
Yeah.
then I realized I don't like pain, so I'm not going to learn any tricks.
Same. Yeah.
I got a skateboard for my 16th birthday, and then I rode it for the summer, and every time I thought about doing a trick, I'd be like, but that's going to hurt. I'm going to skin my knees.
You like to play things safe, because I'm the same way too. I don't want to, like, people are like, you got to get hurt to learn. But no, I just want to learn. Yeah, like I'd rather just.
I'd like to just be good at it.
I'd like to just be good at it because when did you? I learned how to ride a bike when I was like 12 because I was so scared for the longest time to fall off my bike.
I haven't ridden a bike in a very long time because the last time I rode a bike, I went down a hill and crashed it.
Oh, geez.
And then my parents sold my bike a few months later without telling me. So I was like, oh man, I really wanted to use that eventually.
Yeah. Were you just by yourself when you went a bike accident?
No, I was with my friend and his dad. And his dad specifically told me, hey, don't go down this hill on your bike. And I said, I'm going to go down this hill on my bike.
Yeah. I've never had knock on wood, never had a biking accident because again, I play way too safe.
There's always a first time.
There's always a first time. But so many people tell me they're like, you gotta get hurt to learn. And you know what's something I don't know?
That's how I learned how to drive.
Oh, true. Well, true. You had a bit of an accident there.
Just a bit.
So you had a car accident.
Yeah.
And this was revolving. This kind of goes back to the acting topic.
Yeah.
Explain a little bit. Yeah.
So last May, I was on my way to audition for Heathers the Musical at the Everett Theater. I would have been there the first night of auditions, but on my way there, I was taking back roads because I did not want to take tolls. And I was on Blackbird Forest Road, and I started to drift off the road. When I went to correct it, I lost control. We think my back tire also popped at that time, like popped off the wheel. So there was nothing I could do at that point. I started swerving. I turned back, swerved the other way, turned back, swerved the other way, went barreling into the woods, hit 2 trees. The third tree I hit uprooted and it flipped my car.
Oh my
and
God.
Just completely like crushed it. Somehow, by some miracle, I was completely unharmed. Except for a singular little cut on my hand from a piece of like a little cube of glass.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Oh my God.
There was no pain to me. As like the first thing, so people ask me, they were like, "What did you think when it was happening?" And I said, "Fuck."
Yeah, sure, yeah. Because that was gonna be my follow-up question to that. Is like, what do you think in that moment of like flipping?
The moment.
But all you can think of is
like just when it started, like when I started to lose control, my
So wait, again, it's just swerving. You said it just started swerving.
It started swerving. My thoughts were, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then started going into the woods. Sudden, like that in the woods happened so quickly.
Into the woods.
Yeah, into the woods.
Sorry.
But all that happened so fast. I just remember going into the woods and then hearing the sound of glass shattering and then it being dark. Because the
Did
car
you black
flipped.
out?
No.
Oh, you just
the car flipped, so it went from me seeing the sky to the ground.
Okay.
I was just like staring at the ground, and yeah, I was completely unharmed.
Were you cussing up a storm?
As soon as well,
I would have been like,
the first thing that happened when he stopped moving is I checked my legs, and as soon as I realized my legs were fine,
yeah.
I was like, thank God. And then I hear people pull up.
Wow.
Because there were people right behind me that saw it.
Yeah,
and they pulled off. I was like pinned in my seat by my seatbelt because it was locked.
Yeah.
And so I just start yelling, help!
Yeah.
And people are like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just stuck.
Yeah. That's scary,
and
man.
Also, after they cut me out of my seatbelt, after I got cut out of my seatbelt, I realized, I looked down, there is the tree 2 inches, less than 2 inches away from my stomach.
I remember reading or someone saying that on like social media, like you were pretty close to hitting a tree. Like
I was pretty close to being impaled. Yeah.
Jeez,
when the car flipped, I also flipped, so I was not in my seat properly when I landed. And if I was, there probably would have been a tree through my head.
Wow, man, it's crazy. Like just like a tiny little more of a movement. So you said they cut you out of the seatbelt. Were you in there until paramedics came or emergency?
I was in there until the people who cut me out of the seatbelt was the people that pulled over right behind me. So luckily I was only hanging there for about 5 minutes at most. Yeah. And they called 911. I called my parents and let them know. Apparently I didn't sound panicked enough to my father, so he didn't realize that like the scope of the accident I was in.
In Colby fashion, was it, hey, I got in an accident? Or how did you say it?
I called him.
You're probably in shock too,
I called him. I was like, I crashed the car. He was like, what? I said, yeah, I'm fine, but I crashed the car. I apparently forgot to tell him that the car flipped.
Yeah.
So when he got there, like an officer had to stop him and explain the situation because with no word he would have thought I was dead.
Yeah.
Because I can send you some pictures of it to
Sure.
show later.
Yeah, we'll put it up on post.
But and then I told the people at since I was fine, I went to the hospital because they recommended I go to the hospital to check for shit. They didn't check really for anything. They asked me a few questions. I guess assumed this guy's fine. And they cleaned my hand up and gave me a Band-Aid and like wrapped my hand and sent me home.
It is amazing that you didn't leave with crazy. I mean, it's great, but it's just like crazy. You didn't leave with like any crazier injuries.
Everyone that saw that accident said there was no way I should have been alive.
Yeah.
And
I bet it was probably scary to see too, for you just to be spinning like that.
Yeah. See, as weird as it sounds, like because I was the one in the accident, I want to say I wish I could have seen what that looked like from an outside perspective.
Sure.
Like I don't wish
just
to
experience.
I don't wish to like to see anyone else get in a crash.
Yeah.
I just want to know what it looked like.
A crash test dummy go through something like that.
I want to see a car with no one in it do that.
Yeah.
I was the only victim in that crash. I didn't hit anyone.
Right.
I just went into the woods.
Yeah.
And it was pretty far in the woods as well.
Yeah.
Like it was not. I was not super close to the road. The car had to be drug out of the woods.
Yeah. And again, they said spark just maybe from like a tire issue. It was just like the car issue, just kind of.
I think it was both. Like the sides of the road were very worn down because it was an old road and it was a back road in the middle of a forest. So they don't do much work out there. So I started to drift off the road, and when I like my tires were off the road. So when I noticed, I went back and I might have like pulled the tire off the wheel a bit, but also just like the force of the car going back up onto the road, just like
it shows what I'll say too. I mean, right after that, you still went to a Heather's audition.
Yeah. So
how long until after?
I wanted to, because I was completely fine. I kept trying to convince my parents to take me to the audition that day.
Oh my god!
So I would have showed up to the audition with a bloody hand.
Yeah.
And I thought that would have been sick as
Look
hell.
at what I went through for this.
I think that would have been sick as hell to show up to the audition.
Yeah.
Full method is what it would have been.
Full method.
Was it JD that you were?
I was going for JD.
He's going for JD.
And then I showed up the next day to auditions. And I let them know in that audition that I had crashed my car. I don't think they believed me. Or at least I don't think they thought that it was as bad as it was because I was completely fine.
Sure. Yeah.
And I didn't.
But now they'll see this, and then
I didn't get a call back, but I also very much blew that audition. That was the worst audition I had ever done, because prior to that audition, my audition song was going to be "Raise Little Hell" from Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay.
But I got there and heard everyone else was going to be singing songs from the show, so I decided I'm going to do "Meant to Be Yours." And I did the end of "Meant to Be Yours," where he's basically just screaming, and because of the crash, like a day or two before, I was very like nervous and still like jittery. So I was like fully just screaming on that stage, and it wasn't good. I was hoping I would have gotten a call back, because after that audition I was like, man, I just want to fix that. I wanted a call back so I could just redeem myself.
Yeah, redemption.
In a sense.
Yeah.
But that did not happen.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You know, there's always more chances.
I don't think I was in any show for a while after that, because I auditioned for a few shows at the time, got into none of them. And then months later, around October, maybe September, I got pulled into Strictly Murder at 2nd Street because their lead dropped out 2 weeks before the show.
Oh gosh!
So I got pulled into the lead role.
Jeez!
Memorized that stuff.
2 weeks to learn.
And like we got it an extra week because we had to push back because I got sick.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to cancel the show, so I got technically 3 weeks. But that 3rd week I wasn't learning anything. That 3rd week I was just resting because I was dying.
Yeah.
But
I mean, were you shooken up with driving after that,
you were... I never liked driving beforehand.
And now it made it worse.
So that made it so much worse. I still don't like driving.
Which is why, I mean, when we were texting about this podcast, I mean, thank you again for coming on because, it's an hour away.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you coming on for sure. Do you do back roads, I'm assuming, on the way here? Or
Well, this time I took the highway the entire time because otherwise it would have taken me like hour and 10 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
Instead, it took me 52, except it didn't because some cars were stupid and just wouldn't drive.
That's how it
Yeah, there was a big jam on the way here.
Yeah.
I was sitting like 5 minutes away from your house and you texted me, just let me know when you're outside. And I was just sitting there not moving for like another 5 minutes.
Traffic sucks, dude.
Yeah.
Traffic sucks. That's like one of my least favorite things because with the job I'm at, I have an hour commute and traffic can be awful. But again, I thank you again for coming on, especially after going through all that about it was about a year ago?
Yeah.
No? Yeah, about a year ago.
It was last May. So
Last May, yeah.
I think May 12th.
Mm-hmm.
12th, however you say 12th.
12th. But yeah, that goes to show everyone the commitment Colby will go through to still go to one audition.
Died.
He almost died for a Heather's audition.
Yeah.
Didn't get a call back.
Yeah. I'm not petty.
It's all right. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for listening to this episode. It was a fantastic time having Colby back on. It's been a while since I've seen him. But, we're just two fellow actors, two creators here in Delaware trying to make it big. He is trying to help the theater world. I'm trying to help the film world. We're trying to help actors here in Delaware. And I could not thank him enough, again, for making the drive here and coming on, interviewing him today and having this great conversation. If you want to get a hold of me, Ethan Hunt Productions on Instagram, YouTube, Ethan Hunt Productions. We'll be posting vlogs every Wednesday, podcast every Friday. If you're a creator, if you have a passion in business or anything that you want to come talk about, this is the Delaware Talk Show that you can come on and talk about that on. And I'll help you me and Kay here will help you look good. We're going to make you stars. Just like we made Colby here a star today. Go ahead and give a little wave. There we go. Sorry for the audio listeners. You can't see him waving. But thank you all so much for checking us out here. Colby, is there anything you want to promote before we head out?
Yeah, sure. If you would like to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at TismeColby. It would have been Very Colby, but that's taken by someone who's never posted, so I'm not salty
ridiculous
about that. Yeah, I'd like my name back.
Yeah.
Because that's my name on everything else, is Very Colby.
Mm.
So kind of ridiculous.
We'll call them out, yeah.
Yeah, Tisme Colby on Instagram or Very Colby on TikTok. I haven't posted on TikTok in over a year. I might at some point.
Into
maybe.
the water.
Yeah.
He has some singing TikToks.
Yeah, I went viral.
He went viral. Yeah, we'll put that up here. Yeah.
That video is about over 300,000 views.
Very cool.
80,000 likes.
Yeah.
At least. That was interesting. It's still getting likes, which is kind of annoying because I didn't get that role because that was for an audition.
Yeah.
But it's fine. But
it's fine.
Anyway,
it's fine. You got to keep pushing.
I wanna post more music content at some point on my TikTok and and possibly some like acting content. So and then any directors out there, you can contact me at verycolbyva@gmail.com.
Hit him up.
Reach out.
Hit him up. He's a talented actor, talented voice actor, and you'd be a blessing to have him on your show. All right, everyone. Well, thanks again for watching. And always remember, this has been Ethan Hahn Plus.
And I'm Colby Crawford.
Now we do some fake talking, like they do on talk shows. You. Okay, that's it. We did it.
Bark,
yeah. Wow.